Hey everybody, Kyle Craig here with 27 Connect. Really excited to share with you some details around this new product offering from 27 Technology Group. That is our new next generation POTS replacement solution. So those of you that have businesses or work with businesses today that are still relying on old legacy copper phone lines, we now have a pretty exciting solution that will replace those with a more modern solution that's still code compliant. So, for those lines that are connecting to fire alarms, elevator phones, security systems, things like that, you wouldn't have any issues there. This solution also works with 4G or 5G cellular networks as well to provide an additional layer of redundancy. And then it also includes a battery backup. So even if the power goes out, those POTS lines, those old copper phone lines are still going to work for you just as they do today with our replacement solution. So with that, why is this important? Why are we launching something like this today? Well, really, it's all about timing. The FCC back in 2019 deregulated the old copper phone networks that are out there. So with that, a lot of these networks are deteriorating and no longer being supported by the landline carriers. And back in 2019, when this change happened, there wasn't a lot of immediate impact. But now here we are 5-6 years later, and we're starting to see in a lot of areas where rates are increasing on these old copper lines. We've seen businesses paying 100 to 1,000% more in some areas. And for those areas that are not seeing that, the expectation is that's going to be coming soon, right? So it's really important to start evaluating a new solution, a next generation of POTS lines, so to speak. And this 27 Connect, I think, is a great option to help businesses transition and also avoid any last minute transition issues. The last thing a business would want to experience is getting notified by their landline carrier that their POTS lines aren't going to be supported anymore, and then they're scrambling to replace them with something new. So really trying to get ahead of the curve and help future-proof businesses with this new solution. Some of the benefits of 27 Connect is, really around, especially alarm lines, right? With some of the other POTS replacement solutions that we've seen in the marketplace, the reliability when sending alarm signals is only around 90 to 95%. Which doesn't sound bad, right? But if there's a fire event, that really needs to be 100%. And that's where 27 Connect really excels. 27 Connect provides 100% signal reliability. We're able to do that by the way the system is architectured to use both the public switch telephone networks or IP data network to send out that signal. There's also a proprietary store and forward motion that's used within 27 Connect to eliminate, the things like jitter, packet loss, stuff like that causes those other solutions to fail when sending those alarm signals. And so, with our solution, we're confident every alarm signal is going to reach its destination as planned, which is incredibly important. The other thing that's really exciting about 27 Connect is, with legacy copper phone lines, if something goes down, in the past, what you'd have to do is schedule a technician to come out on site, do the repair. Sometimes those appointments could be, days or weeks out, unless you paid, some sort of rush fee or something like that. With 27 Connect, we actually have remote management capabilities where a lot of those instances where, there's some sort of issue, it can be resolved through our portal, through doing a remote reset on the hardware, things like that. And that eliminates those, potentially costly technician on-site visits. So what does this impact? If you looked at, some of the applications where we see businesses using, copper phone lines today, there's a bunch of them that are still out there. I think it's somewhere in the ballpark of like 29 million commercial POTS lines that are still needing to be replaced with something new. And that's just in the US. So if you look at, businesses today, a lot of them have their fire alarms still connecting through a traditional legacy phone line. Elevator phones is another big one. Fax machines, in some cases, are crucial in different industries. So that's another one that, is challenging sometimes to replace with a, VoIP type of product. Along with all the rest that's listed here on the screen, anytime a business has one of these lines, 27 Connect can be a great fit to, help replace everything in that building. So we can connect through one box: the elevator phone, the fire alarm, the fax, everything that's needed. Building access controls is another one. So really great to know, which applications we can support and help businesses transition to something more modern and more future-proof. Our solution, you can see pictured here, essentially is a modular type of solution. We include a UL-listed NEMA enclosure, and inside that enclosure, you can see here our 27 Connect ATA, or analog telephone adapter. That's really where the magic happens, and it converts that analog signal into something more digital and sends that out. This is connected to the building's fiber or landline internet, and then it also includes a 4G 5G router as an additional redundancy piece for this solution. That way, primary internet goes down, you're still able to make and receive those phone calls. More importantly, the fire alarm or life safety, devices like elevator phones are still going to function. Included in this box as well is a battery backup, which provides up to 48 hours of battery life. So, if the power to go out, then the phone calls again will still be able to be made and received, just like you would expect today on your traditional copper lines. And then also included in this is our 66 block. So, this would just be mounted next to the existing 66 block, making it very easy to punch over, those lines for, elevator, fire alarm, fax, things like that. So pretty simple install, making it very seamless to transition over to, this new solution. Digging a little bit deeper here, this is a image of the ATA that's included in that box. Currently, the ATAs we're offering support up to 8 POTS lines. Now, if there's more than 8 needed in a building, we can mount additional ATAs within that NEMA enclosure to support, 16 lines or, potentially even more. Battery backup inside this ATA has an 8-hour battery backup. And then, of course, with that enclosure kit, we included additional battery that extends that out to 48 hours. And then you can see on here all the regulatory and compliance items that this ATA has been approved for. Now, for some customers, maybe there's a business that only needs one phone line and it's not an alarm panel, maybe it's just a single fax line or, a single elevator phone or building access control. We do offer through 27 Connect what we would call a single box solution that would not require professional installation. It's more of a plug and play type of application where we can support a single line. And so in those cases, this might be something that's a little more cost effective. So our process to get this going, we've got a team of consultants that we can work with you to take a look at what you're currently using from a POTS standpoint, identify what you have and what you actually need, and then based on that, we'd look to put together a personalized plan, quote that out, and look to help transition that over, really with no service disruptions. We have a team of professional installers that would come out, help install that system, make sure everything works at the location. And then after it's installed, we would be there to provide that additional ongoing support to help make sure, everything's up and running and working flawlessly. So what does it take to get started? So for a new customer, our first step would be to complete a site survey. We've tried to make this really simple by putting together a self-serve site survey form. This can be completed really by anyone who's on site at the customer location using a smartphone. And really just there's some basic things that we need to gather to ensure that the installation can move forward and move forward without any issues. So things like, just gathering things around like what the technician will need to know when they go on site, where to park, those types of things. But then also, getting a picture of the telco room, of the current setup, checking, the cell signal within the telco room is important as well, which is, why we recommend completing this form from a smartphone. And, again, it should take somebody maybe only 15-20 minutes on site to complete this and get us all the details we need. We do also offer a paid option. So if it's not feasible to have somebody fill out the form, we can send a technician out and have that completed for you. Once we have all the details from the site survey, we would then look to quote the service. So looking at number of lines, what hardware is needed, provide that quote. Once approved, we would then place the order and send over the service agreement. And then once the order is approved, we would activate service as soon as the hardware ships. And along with that, as soon as the delivery date's confirmed, we would schedule and project manage the installation and try to get that as close to the delivery date as possible. So that gives you a good high-level overview of the 27 Connect product. Really excited about launching this. And, encourage you to reach out if you have any questions. We also have a lot of great information on 27connect.com, including some case studies you can check out on how this has helped other businesses. So thank you for your time, and we look forward to working with you.